Do not panic. Remain in formation. Keep your mounts as long as you can. These men mean to see you dead. They will fight savagely.
As will we, my lord.
Be vigilant. Don't die.
What if Baelor Breakspear's death wasn't just tragic, but actually foreshadowed right before the trial of 7? One single line from Lyonel Baratheon may have revealed everything.
Mother loved you best, huh? Shame. No man fights so fierce as one neglected by his mother.
This line doesn't even exist in the original books, yet it might be one of the smartest additions the show has made. Today, we're breaking down what Lyonel really meant, why Baelor may have underestimated the fight, and how the faith of the Seven secretly shaped the entire battle. On the surface, Lyonel's comment sounds like simple trash talk. Baelor was widely known to be favored by his mother, Myria Martell. He was the eldest son of Daeron II, the heir to the Iron Throne. And notably, he had his mother's dark Dornish hair in Targaryen culture. Appearance matters. A lot. As we've seen repeatedly in the franchise, dark-haired Targaryens often face suspicion and mockery. So Lyonel's jab could be highlighting Baelor's privileged upbringing, suggesting he never had to fight as hard as men like Dunk. Meanwhile, Sir Duncan the Tall grew up abandoned and alone in Flea Bottom. And in Westeros, hardship breeds fighters. Every scrap of progress in Dunk's life had to be fought for. And that kind of childhood does something to a person. It hardens you. It sharpens your instincts. It teaches you that the world does not care if you're tired, scared, or outmatched. So when Lyonel looks at Baelor and says,
No man fights so fierce as one neglected by his mother,
he may be quietly predicting exactly what kind of battlefield this is going to be. Because Baelor is fighting with honor. But Dunk is fighting to survive. And in Westeros, those are very different things. Here's where things get really interesting. That sharp line from Lyonel, it doesn't exist in the Hedge Knight at all. In the original story by George R.R. Martin, Lyonel Baratheon is present at the trial, but he's far quieter and far less thematic. Most of his standout moments in the show, the tent party, the tug of war, even some of his dialogue, were created specifically for television. And that tells us something important. This wasn't an accidental line. It was a deliberate thematic addition by the writers. In the book, Lyonel mainly questions whether Baelor's tactic is chivalrous. But in the show, the focus shifts toward motherhood, divine favor, and the emotional histories of the men on the field. That change transforms the trial of 7 from a simple legal duel into something that feels almost mythic. The writers aren't just showing us who wins. They're asking why certain men survive in Westeros and why others don't. And this is where the religious symbolism starts to click into place. The trial of 7 isn't just 7 knights on each side. The show strongly hints that each fighter mirrors one aspect of the faith of the 7, the dominant religion of Westeros. You have the father, the mother, the warrior, the smith, the maiden, the crone, and the stranger. Each represents a different human ideal. Throughout the episode, pointedly titled In the Name of the Mother, Dunk is repeatedly tied to maternal imagery. He remembers his lost childhood. He reacts deeply when dying men cry out for their mothers. And most importantly, Sir Arlen once saved him by invoking the mother's name.
In the name of the mother! Leave that boy be!
It's not subtle. The show is framing Dunk as the mother's champion, the protector of the innocent. And if that's true, then Baelor's fate becomes even more tragic, because in the world of the 7, the stranger, the face of death, always claims someone. Now let's talk about Baelor's decision on the battlefield, because this is where strategy and tragedy collide. Baelor openly explains his plan.
I will handle the King's Guard. Their oath forbids them to harm a Prince of the Blood.
The King's Guard cannot harm a Prince of the Blood. By placing himself against them, he effectively neutralizes some of the most dangerous fighters on the field. On paper, it's brilliant. It shows exactly why he was considered one of the smartest men in the realm. But Lyonel's earlier warning suddenly takes on a darker meaning. Because Baelor may have been thinking like a prince, in a situation that demanded the instincts of a survivor. Battlefields are chaos, horses panic, knights swing wide, plans fall apart in seconds, and the tragedy of the Trial of Seven is that Baelor wasn't defeated by dishonor or by the Kingsguard. He was caught in the storm of the melee itself. In trying to fight cleverly, he may have underestimated how little control anyone truly has once the fighting begins. When you step back and look at the full picture, the Trial of Seven stops being just a dramatic set piece. It becomes a statement about knighthood itself. Because the truth is, not all knights in Westeros are created equal. Some fight for glory. Some fight for pride. Some fight because their honor demands it. But Dunk fights for something much simpler. He protects the innocent. He remembers what it means to be powerless. And when the moment comes, he refuses to look away. That's why the mother's symbolism around him matters so much. In the moral universe this story is building, survival isn't just about skill or noble birth. It's about the kind of man you choose to be when no one is watching. And in the end, that may be the real reason Dunk walks off the field alive.
I withdraw my accusation.
So what do you think? Was Baelor doomed from the start? Or was it just tragic fate? Let me know your theory in the comments. And seriously, thank you for watching and supporting the channel.